Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Blowing Off Steam. No Asians this time. We're done with them.
Not at all. I am not an Asian. I'm what are we, Omar, by the way?
I think we're two different people,
Oh,
kinda.
definitely. We're two different people, I think.
Well, yeah, but I'm African Arab, you're Asian Arab.
I'm Asian Arab, yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think so.
And soon I will finish my training as a Kung Fu punching bag. Have you ever watched this like the old Kung Fu movies?
Uh, I there's this clip I watched on TikTok of like this Bruce Lee movie where he was
Uh,
like in this Kill Bill, like this uh yellowish jumpsuit that she wears. He
yeah,
was wearing
yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
similar. Like
Yeah.
that's the most kung fu I've seen in my life.
I love you said like he's wearing the Kill
Yeah.
Bill like the other way around.
Well, yeah, well, for me, Kill
That,
Bill is the
that
OG.
yeah, the amazing thing about these movies when I was watching them, it's like the hits in them look so real that I think they used to like really punch people.
Mm.
Like it's too real for
I,
yeah.
I always believed it was real hitting. I don't know. I had this theory. I thought when an actor died in a movie, like they killed him in real life. I don't know. Like I was a kid when I had this theory.
We we wish, man.
I I
We
I,
wish.
I was shocked when I saw like this actor act, and I was like, I told my grandma like, but I saw him die. And she was like, yeah, in a different movie. I'm like, but yeah,
Wait, you want to tell me you thought the Titanic was real?
it's not.
No, it is. I'm just
They
messing
killed the
around.
iceberg the iceberg. I've never seen this iceberg again in my life. He's
Yeah,
definitely
man.
dead.
Fucking hell. Like, yeah, man. What is it? Like all icebergs matter.
Yeah, all icebergs
You know,
matter.
nobody
Uh,
gave a crap about him. How are you, man? How's your
well,
life? How's
I'm
everything?
I'm
How's
good actually.
performance?
Fun fact. I read about this iceberg that died. His family had a meltdown. Ah, okay, we're back.
Hey, man, that's cool, man.
Anyways, I'm doing good, man, actually. But to answer your questions about the punching, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm lagging. Anyways, to answer your question about punching, uh, I always thought it was true until I saw like maybe you definitely remember you went to our friend's acting test play or
Oh,
whatever,
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah.
they showed us how like fake the punches are. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
that was good choreography, to be honest.
it was good choreography, but like it was sad for me. It's like when you find out how the magic trick is made,
Yeah,
or
it's
like when
gone.
you understand how to write the joke, it's like well that
Yeah,
sucks
the
now.
magic is gone. We
Yeah.
should stay like we should fail more at open mics. I get it. I
Oh,
get it. Well,
I don't know. I think I did okay yesterday. Like I had this therapy show which
uh-huh.
was doing all new material, and I just realized, fuck man, I need to structure myself more properly because I started with like dark shit, and I was just like it was all dark shit, and I think that's the reason why I didn't do well. Like it's just like the first joke is super dark for them. Like so it's like oh okay, so but yeah, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't I could problem is I wanna do like I wanna work on 5 minutes, but I also wanna fuck around.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
get it.
I can't finish my first 5 minutes like that I was supposed to be done with because I need to like finish 20 minutes by the end of August, like 2025.
Hmm.
And I can't even start on my first five because like every week I just have like 3 or 4 new jokes that I want to try.
Yeah. You know what you can do? This is something like I used to force myself to do. Like for example, this month is dedicated for a certain 5 minutes.
That's what I should do.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
just dedicated to that 5 minutes, and then but the idea of it is like at the end of the month, you know that for example, at least 3 minutes are good and 2 minutes you get what I'm saying, so
Yeah.
that that month is not like all gone for nothing. Yeah, that's a good thing. What was the question like for people who don't know what the comedy therapy is? Can you explain it?
Oh, it was like basically what happened was audience members they wrote their problems in a on a piece of paper, and we threw it all in a bucket. And then like comedians would do his normal set, like 5 minutes or however long he did. And then like at the end,
Oh,
he would just take a piece of paper, read it, and like try to help the person with their problems. It was mostly like I want a boyfriend, I want a girlfriend.
uh-huh.
And yeah, I went last. So I was like fucking around. So I did like my 5 minutes, and I'm like, there's like six papers left. So I just did like a three or four of them.
Cool.
Like I remember like the first one was like I'm suffering from burnout or whatever. I I was like, or no, like it was yeah, even like a therapy. It was more like, do you suffer from burnout? Can you give me any tips? And I'm like, I'm supposed to be helping you. Like, and I just did this thing. Oh, I don't get burnout. I'm not Jewish. I can survive the Holocaust. It's so some stupid joke like this, but yeah, I was like, I was doing it, but
That's funny. I love the thought like that you had like a few papers in your own pocket and you just put them in.
yeah, probably.
Oh
Actually,
man, that
mm,
yeah. Tell me, tell me.
one comedian was like, he said, I put a paper in the bucket, and I was like, I hope to, I wish I could find it. Like, I hope like it's written out. Why am I not funny enough or something like that?
Like because you're a foreigner.
Yeah, no, he was not a foreigner.
Ah, okay. The wrong guess. No, like because we did this before, but not as like a stand-up in a stand-up format. We did it like in an uh,
Mm-mm.
improv format, you know. And what I used to do is sometimes I would just like give one word and answers one word,
Uh,
you know? Or whatever. Or sometimes I would just say I don't understand this and pick another one. And sometimes I would make the host read so that I'm like gathering my own thoughts.
you wanna know what I really liked when you did? It's kind of similar, but you would had like this like bad, good advice or the worst advice.
Oh yes, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
loved it. And I really loved me going as the good advice
Yes,
because
yes,
I
yes,
would say some fucked up shit, and I would
yeah,
force the comedians to think of some more fucked up shit,
yeah, yeah.
which I really loved.
Actually, that's so good about what's so good about it, and it make gave me a bit more insight about the comedians themselves
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of them like they wanted to give like really good advice,
Uh,
like one you don't need to,
uh-huh.
you know, and two they narrow themselves, they put themselves in a tunnel where like they cannot escape and they don't think about anything else except oh how can I be like or do either worse advice like you don't need. It's funny, I remember because I remember when I was told you be the good advice,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because for me I knew oh the fucked up shit being the good advice is very funny.
That's I'm gonna back up on like backpack off what you just said. I remember I did like a guy asked for advice. I did something, it got a laugh, and then the comedian next to me goes, "No, no, you're supposed to be the good advice." And I'm like, "But that's the point. That's the whole joke. The good advice is bad. It's like the fun of it."
Yeah, it's funny because you know what I really want to ask this like do you think it's kind of like a problem when comedians think too much about the joke or about like the situation?
I think maybe if it's improvising, I think it's bad. But I think if it's written, then yeah, I think you should think like, is it understandable? Like,
Uh-huh.
because I think like audience will forgive you when they know it's off the
Improvise.
top. Yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah,
like, oh, he mispronounced fat
yeah.
gay. Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna
Even
get us
about the
canceled.
fat. I get it, man.
Okay. Oops.
Because we all know gay people are not fat.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
We love the gays
Man,
here.
I am now following like the news. By the way, this is gonna go political so
Okay.
fast. Like you heard what happened with Syria.
Okay. So again, so let me tell you how I get my news.
Okay,
This is how
cool.
I know something happened in Syria. I don't
Please
know what
don't tell me
happened.
TikTok.
No, I just saw an Instagram post with a guy in America holding the American flag in one hand and the Syrian flag in the other. And I'm like, something is wrong with Syria right now. And I'm like, like that's all I know.
Man, I'm gonna give you like the TLDR, yeah?
Okay.
So the last like 10 days, the
Mm-hmm.
Syrian opposition took over the whole country. And today they entered like the capital and they took over the capital in 10 days.
Oh, oh, then that video makes more sense now. Because
Yeah.
I saw a video of like there's like this statue-ish of the Syrian
Yeah. The previous Syrian president,
well
Hafez
now
Assad.
previous, yeah, now
Yeah.
previous.
Yeah.
And people
His father. Those statues that were being overthrown was for his father.
well no, I saw two kids pissing on it
Yeah.
on
And I
Instagram.
yeah, and I saw too many people riding it in not a good way.
Uh
As if there's like a good way for that. Like
oh, I
you
don't know.
know, and it's so funny like that for the like and the president like ran away on some people say that he might have, you know, gone somewhere like really else. And it's like then
But
why didn't you do it like in
but
2011?
what do you mean gone so like to God or
Yeah,
ah
he probably went to meet his maker, or if it was Russian or Iranian or whatever, you know.
wow,
There's
nice.
like yeah, it's so funny. And you know what's the worst part like about it? So the rebels, the
Mm-hmm.
leader of the rebels, read like he uh he was with like the terrorist groups, what were called the terrorist groups like Al Qaeda,
Uh-huh.
like 11 years ago or so. And then he joined what was at the time is which now
Yes.
is what was. Already used jokes, I know,
Okay,
but
okay. So,
yeah, but it's always funny for me. Like I
yeah.
will keep repeating it. But and then he joined them. He was under like the leader, and then he joined another and then he left them, joined another group in Syria. Okay, and then
Okay.
he left that group, went back to is, and he had a bounty of $10 million.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now he's the leader of the rebel army and the opposition.
This guy sounds like a fucking athlete, you know, like he's just which team is gonna pay me the biggest contract? I'm gonna transfer.
LeBron James of the Arab world.
Mate, I don't know the fucked up and sorry Syrians. Well, first of all, the thing is that's the first thing that came to my mind when you were telling me his backstory was like, yeah, this guy's definitely not gonna leave you when shit goes south. You know, like if the country is like
Yeah.
was he's definitely gonna like take responsibility for it, basically.
Fucking hell. Like whoever, how many wives are gonna marry this guy? Cheers to you, lady.
You wanna know? And this is no, don't not trying to insult any of our lovely Syrian viewers. I know there's a lot of you because you guys have internet, but
Now,
now they have, yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same thing that happens in every country in the Arab world, which is, oh yeah, new president. We're gonna be happy for like 6 months, and then it's gonna hit us that nothing has changed,
yeah,
and then we're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
well,
go.
round two now.
Yeah, exactly. Like what deja vu. Like
Yeah.
the Matrix, a glitch in the Matrix. No, no, we're the glitch in the Matrix. Our way of
Yeah.
thinking. And there's more to that, man. So they're like how do you call it? They were freeing prisoners,
Mm.
and they found prisoners who were in prison for 40 years.
Wrongfully, yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's wrongful or not, but they were in prison for 40 years.
Okay.
You know, and to be honest, you know what I was thinking? I was like, that's an amazing like health plan to be in prison for 40 years.
Mm.
You know, they feed you, they let you sleep, they let you sleep on a stick, they put electricity through you,
And you
and
have
you're still
sex.
alive. Well, yeah, technically.
This is gonna sound weird, but in Arab prisons, is there a lot of rape?
Uh, well, okay. Depends on who you're asking. So if you ask someone who was in prison, they say no.
Okay.
But if you like go with a stereotype, there, to be honest, I'll tell you this. It's I cannot say the names, but my friend who
Mm-hmm.
was in prison, he once told me that um, he like went to the laundry room, and when he opened the door, there was like few guys ganging up on one guy,
Mm-hmm.
and they just looked at him, and he went, I didn't see anything," and he just closed the door and left.
Oh.
Uh, I would assume there is, but man, like 40 years and still alive,
Mm-hmm.
that's like a really, like, who can say that? Can say like for 40 years in a prison,
Uh,
and they're still alive, but like people are happy. People outside Syria are very happy. They're like celebrating
yeah.
all, and I'm just watching this, and as you said, like I'm waiting, like, let's see in 6 months what will happen,
Yeah,
or maybe.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure like now like more people are gonna immigrate in 6 months.
Yeah, and
Like,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
And also like this guy, like he had like again a bounty of $10 million,
mm-hmm.
and Russia was like considering him as a terrorist. Some other countries are considered a terrorist, and like
Uh-huh.
I'm just waiting for them to go. You're not a terrorist anymore. You know,
Ah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
you're a revolutionary.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. Crazy, crazy times we are living in.
Oh yeah, man, and especially like here in Jordan, because I'm waiting for them like to see what's happening, and then they
Mm-hmm.
will raise taxes for nothing, as what the Jordanian government does.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like prices, would you say since well, again, I think you've it's been a while since you've last been to Jordan, yeah?
Oh yeah, man. Like since
Uh,
2018, 2019, yeah. And yeah,
okay.
prices have gone really, really up. Like there are like one shop that used to make a lot of money. Like if I can say, I'll just like give. I'm not gonna give the exact number that was told to me. I'm just gonna give like a much less. Let's say it was making $10,000 a week
Mm-hmm.
in Jordan about like 20 years ago, and now they barely break even, as in they pay the rent for the workers for the place, and this is like a franchise.
What kind of
So,
business is it?
selling bread.
Ah, okay. Yeah, like I was listening to the prices in Egypt super super bad. Like I always get this update like and like every time it's worse than the day before. Like now they're trying to like they're doing like super shitty bread with like shit like kind of flour or whatever. I don't know how the
Yeah,
fuck
and
bread
some
is
and
made.
some cancer
Yeah, yeah.
sprinkled on top of it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
No, like they literally like fucking grind up stones and like fucking
Yeah.
throw it in. But like yeah, and people are barely living. That's what
Man,
I can
no
see.
wonder you Egyptians have such a strong stomach.
Oh, we do, we do.
It's
We
made of stone, you know.
I
Like I
really
remember, yeah,
no you tell go.
I remember when the disease happened like 4 years ago.
Ah,
I remember like for me, the Egyptians, my Egyptian friends at least, were like, "What are you talking about? You're sick? We're not sick. This is like everyday disease for us. This is just like a cold that we get." You know?
my father had this joke which is like there's like this homeless guy that lives like literally in front of well, in our area in our block in Egypt.
Uh,
And my dad goes like, this guy during COVID, I saw him without a mask, and then he goes, I'm pretty sure this guy like got COVID and like COVID killed itself uh,
yeah,
when it got inside of it. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, true, true, true. Like we're already like our immunity system is so tired.
well, actually, it's kind of weird that we're talking about immunity because I'm getting sick, bad throat.
Oh,
First days of snow in Russia, which is like sucks already.
man, I remember like in Russia, how much the weather change every time it changes. I get sick.
Yeah, I remember you had this joke where it goes, I really love Russia because just by going to the metro you can like see the all four seasons in one day or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like such a
It,
I I don't know, man. It's super annoying. I hate the cold weather. I don't know.
oh man, no, like you know, well, this is gonna sound from like how do you call it? Which is gonna be ironic. Someone from a third world country saying this, it's gonna be sound like first world problems.
Uh-huh.
But, but for me, it's like I love the cold because the moment you're cold and then you go under a blanket,
Ah.
that's what that's the equivalent of, really wanting to go to piss and you just manage to enter the bathroom.
No, no, here's the thing. But this, like, oh, it's cold. I get on inside the blanket. That's just like, okay, cool feeling, yeah, Prince feeling. But the
Uh-huh.
God feeling is it's hot outside. I turn on the East AC, make it so cold that I get a blanket to cover myself.
Oh, oh no, man. You went five head. You
Yeah, yeah,
went
yeah.
too much.
That's
You
what
went
actually I used to do
uh,
that a lot in Egypt, and my grandma would get mad at me. She's like, "Then why turn off the
do you know how
AC?"
much the electricity is?
Oh, oof, yeah. I don't know, man.
Like my mother, she gets cold really fast
Mm.
and really pisses me off. Like when she turns on like one heater and a second heater. I'm like, Mom, like the electricity bill. So I fire up a Kalyan and let her like, hey, just
Wow,
have fun.
you're the parents. You're the parent. Wow, man.
Yeah,
Oof.
sadly. Yeah,
Damn.
well, like sometimes, like when I was in Russia, I had my very poor moments,
Mm-mm-mm.
you know, and it just stuck with me. And I'm trying to get out of it, like how do you call it? Indulge life.
Uh-huh, yeah, yeah.
Like before, I'll be honest with you, before my phone used to stop being able to be charged, have like broken screen all around,
Mm-hmm.
everything, and then I might ask my friend to give me his phone that he doesn't need.
Ah.
Now I'm like, okay, I'll take care of this phone, you know.
Mm. Yeah, I got you. You wanna know? Here's something annoying. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it because it annoyed me so much when it happened.
Yeah.
I was walking to the metro, and this guy stops me. He's like, I was like, I usually like move if I think the guy's drunk, but he looked normal. So I take off my headphones, and I was like, okay, I'll help you because I thought maybe he's asking for directions to the metro. He goes, can you Google like the closest hospital? Oh, not hospital, hostel,
Hostel.
hostel.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I fucked up. Hostel. And I'm like, okay. So I go to the Google Maps. I couldn't get in because I had the VPN on. So I was trying to close the VPN. The guy was looking at my phone, staring at it. He goes, just go to Google Maps. And I'm like, I'm just turning off the VPN. And then he goes, what's a VPN? Why can't anybody just do the Google Maps? And I'm like, and then I get to the Google Maps. I locate the hostel. I was trying to find the address, and the guy looks at my phone and goes, "Why is it all in English?" And he was complaining while I was trying to help him, and I had to like come up with some bullshit reason why it's in English. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, why is it in English? Even though
I
I
am
know why it's in English. Because
I'm a secret agent.
yeah. Now here's the annoying
Yeah.
part. He was looking at the way how to like go there on foot,
Uh-huh.
and I was trying to adjust like the thingy, like the
Yeah,
map.
the map.
Yeah, and then while I was adjusting it, this guy he does this. You know how like when kids are about to cry, but like literally like, the moment before they cry, they're like they say a couple of words and they sound like a vibrator. Like he literally did that. He's like, why? I can't see when you're moving it like this. And I'm like, I want to tell him, go fuck yourself. I don't want to help you anymore. He, he was complaining while I'm helping him. and it's stupid because no,
Sounds, sounds just like my dad, bless his soul.
uh, the even a more annoying part was this. Before he stopped me, two people left him. Like they walked past him, didn't help him. I stopped and helped him, and that's how he treats me. I just hope the hostel was locked that day, to be honest. Oh, someone's coughing, coughing. Okay.
No, but you
Well, yeah,
hope
man.
you hope he doesn't find the
I
hostel.
hope. I literally hope he never found it. I hope nobody stops and helps him.
I see how colorful you are, Omar.
Well, if you.
You know what's so funny? If I was in your place, I would actually like try to show him where it is.
Well, I was trying to show him. I was explaining to him like, oh, it's like you cross the street,
Mhm.
but he wasn't listening to me. He was just focusing on the Google Maps
And the English
and
of the Google Map.
how fast I'm fucking moving. Yeah, it's super annoying, man.
You know, when I was here in Jordanian University, which is like not far away
Hmm.
from here, it was one of like there were some rules in the university when you enter. And I don't know if you guys have it. I don't even remember what was in Russian. So in Jordan, we used to call first years Smurfs. Smurf.
Okay.
You know
Uh,
the blue.
the blue guys,
Yeah, we used to call them Smurfs. Like
the
first
fourth
year.
year's Oompa Loompas.
More like Papa Smurf, but yeah,
Oh,
Papa.
okay.
Uh, and and like there was few rules. Like for example, first rule of university: never ask anybody who looks like a Papa Smurf for directions.
Mm.
You know, because they will definitely send you the wrong way.
Well,
Like
okay.
I remember this. I was like all my friends were much older than me, and when I was with them in university, I was a first year. And so this guy, this old guy, he comes and he asks for directions. So I was like, I was about to tell him like, oh, it's just right around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
literally like 10 meters. And when I was like, one of my friends just steps in front of me and just tells the like, sends the guy, and I'm not joking, man, like the Jordanian University is like it's huge, you know. He
Mm-hmm.
just sent him like about a kilometer and a half,
Oof.
tells him like to another faculty. I was like, wait, that's like in my head. I was like, wait, that's not the faculty. And all the guys next to me were like, smirking,
Ah.
just like laughing like this. And the guy just goes, and I go, what the fuck did you do? And they just look at me and go, listen, man, this happened to us when we came here. It's his fault he asked us. I'm like, motherfuckers, he looks like he's someone's father. What the fuck are you doing? And they go, that's his fault. What?
Ah. Well, technically, he asked you, or he asked the group.
He asked like he just
Ah.
stood and asked, and I was like, oh, I really wanted, and just one of the guys just stepped in. And you know what pisses me off more about this? The guy who told him wasn't even in the university.
Ah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, he
But
was
like,
just visiting.
he looked like an adult, like someone's parent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, well,
Oh.
well, he wasn't even in it, and he just was like, "You guys are dicks."
Mm.
It's like, long story short, a few years later, I was about to do it to other people.
Uh-huh.
Like I would tell them, listen, here's where you should go. You go like literally like a kilometer away from here. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I see them like being very, how do you call it, like innocent, I would just feel bad. I was like, okay, no, 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 it's right over there. And then they would look at me and go, then why did you tell us about this? I was like, sorry, bad habit.
Mm-hmm.
What in Russia, what do you call first years? Like, is there a word for them or
I don't know.
you don't know? Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Like I think you call first years like first years.
yeah, that's it.
Like
Oh
yeah.
man, they are so. I remember like when I was in university in Russia. Yeah, they didn't have anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this
Uh-huh.
one of my friends. He lived in Moscow for like many years, maybe like 10 years or so. Lebanese guy, and he disliked Moscow a
Mm-hmm.
lot. It's because when he first came to Moscow. He was asking people like about directions, and they would brush him off or not look at him, and
Mm-hmm.
and not show him anything. And he was like pissed off at this shit. So he became like very dark about this. If you ask me for directions, he's just like,
Mm-mm.
huh? Like you would report him to the police if you saw the face that he would make. And then he went to, I think it was Kaliningrad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which, like, Kaliningrad, St. Petersburg, a lot of people equate it like, or like make, say like these are the Europe parts of Russia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And when he went there, he literally called me from Kaliningrad to tell me, he's like, man, I asked an old lady, where can I find like a certain place? And she took me by the hand and showed me.
No, okay. Oh, I can't hear you, man.
Ah,
Oh, now I
sorry.
can. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. He's like, nobody has ever done that for me in Moscow.
Yeah, but also like in Moscow, again, I don't know when that was. Like maybe it was in the ice ages or whatever. Yeah.
Fuck off. But
But
yeah.
yeah, but like yeah, like it's I think it's well now I would say it's okay because everyone has like fucking navigators. Like why would
Yeah,
you?
but who uses them?
I
You
do.
know? Well, yeah, but like how many people have you seen? Like say older people, like let's say 40 plus. No, not 40 plus, 50 plus, you
Yeah,
know?
okay. Now yeah, it's struggles. Yeah.
They even like I remember something like when in the university I would get like a bit older people who would ask me like oh, do you know computers? We need you to fix our computer, which basically was turn off, turn on,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it would work.
I remember like when I first like got into university, we had to do like this medical checkup. Like it's mandatory in Russia when you have to do this medical checkup and give them like give the university like a certificate or I don't know what the fuck it's called that you're healthy.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I go to this lady and she's like typing and she was like barely paying attention, like barely like asks me the questions and like I would answer it and she would like not answer me. And then she goes, "But what are you studying?" Like the computer lagged for her, and she
Uh-huh.
was like, "What are you gonna be studying?" And I'm like I'm gonna be like a computer science like." And she goes, like her eyes fucking open wide, and she goes, "Can you fix my computer?" And I'm like, "What the? I'm first year. That's first of all. Your computer is lagging. Like it's not fi I don't know. People think like if a computer lags, it's fixable.
Yeah,
It's just something I hate. Like, yeah, it's sometimes it's just you have a shitty computer, just get a better one. But yeah, I hate it. That's super weird. People
yeah,
at
man.
the
Oh man, I remember like I made so much money off of this. Not like money, but in Russian terms in 2010s,
mm-hmm,
like beginning of 2010, it was money like 500 rubles. But I would get so many like African students
mm-hmm,
who would like so how it started is one African student he was like my friend and he wanted me to fix his computer. So in front of him, I opened YouTube
mm-hmm,
to find the solution and I like fix his problem and he
mm-hmm.
gives me money. I was like, I just fixed it like right in front of him, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he starts advertising me to his other
Friends.
friends, yeah, 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 like other like African students, and like, and he tells me like, man, can I give you like their number? I have one friend who wants to like this. I have another like student. She wants help, and I want to have sex with her. And I told her you can fix it, so I can
Mm-hmm.
like have sex with her through you. I was like, that sounded very weird, and it will cost you extra, but okay,
Okay.
you know. I was like, fucking hey, I don't mind. And most of them, I don't know if you remember this virus. The In the beginning 2000, there was a virus that would make Windows restart by itself.
Which Windows 7?
Oh, okay, sorry. You're too young for this. Like the Windows XP, Windows 2000, and all of this.
I like. caught like the last years of XP, so I don't really know a lot about XP.
Oh man, SP rip. And like it was a very easy fix. Like you can fix it from the registry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that virus, so many people had on their computers like old Windows that had that virus. Like the moment you log into the internet, it downloads by automatically,
Uh,
you know. And I was like, anybody with a new computer, I'm here to fix it.
mm-mm-mm.
You know? Oh man, the university days were so much
I
fucking fun.
remember I had this thingy, which is like maybe I talked about it on the podcast. I'm not sure, but this shady business where you would sell pirated games.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
you sold pirated games.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it was like it was like I remember we would sell. So we I'm not sure if it yeah like this sports club that we were a part of, which is not like it's not only like sports, but like people come there. It has like a lot of gardens and parks that where people sit, and I would go there with my friend,
Uh-huh.
and we just sell kids games, and then like the security found out about us, and they were like they kind of like told us, oh, if you keep on selling games, you're gonna get banned. So I quit. The guy
This was
didn't
where
in
like
Egypt.
wait, in Egypt. Wow. Why did they like why was that like a thing that security would like ban you for?
Cause I don't know. We're not like a business, I guess, there or something. I don't know.
Fucking hell. Like here, well, this was in the CDs time, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah,
I
yeah, we
used to
did see.
know so many guys who had like this tower of CDs and they would copy, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
literally me.
you know, and it's hidden. It was always hidden somewhere.
No, mine was
How did they find out about you guys?
like the guy had connections. Like he was just this fat guy with like connections. Like I think this guy like what he did was so like this sports club thingy. What you can do is you sign up for activities
Uh-huh.
like basketball, Boy Scouts, football, but whatever. Yeah. And I think what he used to do is he would sign up like 1 month for every activity, just meet the most amount of people he could get and say,
He
oh,
could hustle money from,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And he goes like, oh, by the way, I have like games. Just to tell me what game you want and spread the word basically. And like we would like divide the work with each other. Like you download this, and that game, and I download this and that and this game.
Man, I remember, was it my first movie, my first ever movie? This was in the beginning 2000, and we used to run on dial-up. You know, remember the one where the modem just screeches and screams like it's being attacked when you connect to the internet?
What the fuck?
Oh man, it's just if you can.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for young people who are watching, dial-up, it's internet, but it's Stone Age slow.
Okay.
You know, it's like, you know, making the wheel electronically. And it was like 5 kilobytes per second
Mm-hmm.
was the download. And I remember the movie, I downloaded like 700 megabytes. And I remember the movie, I will never forget the movie. It's called Ninja Scroll. It's one of the first anime movies that probably every Arab back in that day, like 23 years ago, watched,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I downloaded the thing. The problem is, so there's a limit, there's a download limit. And the download limit was like maybe 100 megabytes.
A month, yeah.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I downloaded 700 and it took me like a week, maybe a little more than a week. And also, if someone rings the phone, the internet disconnects.
oof, yeah.
Yeah. Um, and I remember like when I got it, this is
Uh-huh.
kind of like how do you call it? This is like a confession,
Mm-hmm.
confession to crime. And and when I downloaded it, the bill came, and my father saw the bill, and he's like, "What the?" But thank God, at that time, my father didn't know what downloading was.
Mm.
So I could like slip. I was like, "Oh, it's just it's because the internet was on for too long, you know."
Oh, and he
So I
believed it.
yes,
Oh shit. How old were you?
I was 16 or
Oh,
17.
okay, yeah.
I was pretty like conscious when we got medium
Internet.
good internet. You know?
Yeah. No, I remember like the first memory of a computer. I remember it was like free. Like, there was like like those computers with like the like it was like square and like so it was this square and then like behind it there was like a smaller square that was like it looked like those old TVs
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course,
and
the CRT, you mean?
yeah. This is the monitor. It was
Yeah.
always all white, like white keyboard, white mouse.
Well, white. It was what we call off-white.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. It came white,
Yes.
but then it's yellowish at the end of it.
And at the end of it was like one day after using it because we were like so using
And
oh
and
computer.
and I remember like my uncle got it for my grandma. She's like, use Skype. My grandma was like, what is Skype? And then like he taught me how to use Skype and I would like just call that's all I knew how to do. And then like and then I remember we moved to Dubai and I'm like this is why I love my grandma. Like all of my greatest computers came because of her. So I basically took control of the computer we had back in Egypt. Then we moved to Dubai. My uncle was like, Mom, you need to learn how to use a laptop. This is the digital age. Buys her like this Acer laptop. He was like, this is what he tells my grandma every day. You open Word and you write. And my grandma like never typed or anything, and she goes, and then I get this laptop, and then by this magical moment, which is we found this E letter on the laptop, and then
Uh-huh.
we click on it,
Yeah.
and then it was like what it was like me and my cousins. We click on it, and it says, "What do you want?" Or like search for like whatever the fucking was at the taskbar at that time. And my cousins go, I want to see Barbie pictures. Like literally, that's how she typed it.
That's good for your cousin because you know what I wrote?
Uh-huh.
I want to see boobs.
Really? You also wrote I want. Yeah.
It was
Oh.
it was Yahoo, I remember.
Oh no, we were more
Oh yeah.
advanced than you.
Rest in peace, Yahoo. But yeah.
It's dead. I think it's alive. You can still
I
use it.
think the mail service is dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then we press enter Barbie pictures, and we're like, this is I've seen God. Like, oh my God. And then I had this great idea to like, right, I want to play Ben 10 games because
Uh-huh.
I really liked Ben 10 that time. Worked, and I was like, it's so good. And then we would fight over this laptop, and then we broke it.
Oh man, and I remember like those like the old laptops, like when you click on the keyboard, everybody in the house hears you like typing on the keyboard. I
No,
don't
it
know.
wasn't that old.
Oh
Mine wasn't never
man,
old. Yeah.
you missed a lot, man. Like these were so much fun. And they, like because I couldn't like like my family would be asleep
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted like to open the laptop. Like I remember when we got like the first like proper laptop, which was literally it was how can I tell you how thick it was? It was thick, man. Like thick. Like
Mm-hmm.
like twerk thick, you know? And they would hide it from me and I would always try to open it and
Mm-hmm.
just click. And the moment I would click, I would wake up my dad at 2
Oh,
a.m. morning. It's so annoying.
it's like the old the microwaves thing where it's like
Oh my
where it
God,
does
man.
like the beep, 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 that was your laptop basically.
Man, for me, the microwave was such an invention.
Ooh,
What? What is the fire?
I don't remember like I'm not even sure like maybe we had a microwave, but like for me, I remember like my first microwave, which was with yeah, I can't talk. Was when I was a bit older,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, That's cool. It heats up. But then I hated it so much because then we started like having more leftovers, and I'm like the type of guy who hates eating the same thing twice in a row.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, man. You need to live alone for a bit. You need to
Oh
live
no.
on noodles
I
for a
am
bit.
I am right now, man. I now I just cook this the one meal for the whole week, and I have to survive on it. But
Yeah.
for me, I still have to this day, man. I have this rule. I hate leftover rice.
Oh, wow. Really? But man, you're Egyptian. I know this. You Egyptians, you love leftover rice.
I hate it.
Holy, that's your Russian side problem.
Yeah. What I like is like the
Oh,
like
yes.
burnt thingy
Yeah.
of the rice. This I like.
Yeah, the cyanide. I know.
Yeah,
There's
yeah. Oh
cyanide.
yeah.
Yeah, the
The
one that you
poisoning, yeah.
poison. Of
Well, that's how you build immunity to
course, of course.
upcoming bad diseases or whatever.
In a lab. We're on to you. You know
The,
what puts me off
uh,
about the microwaves is
mm-hmm,
that like again, first time I see it was like, wow, man, this is literally I was like, where's the fire? This is retarded, I know, but let's be honest. And I was like, where's the fire? And then like I get to know more and more about it. And then like one way, when your parents or for example siblings or like people who are older than you, they want to scare you. So they tell you, don't put your hand there. You will get a
mm-hmm.
disease or you'll get cancer. You'll get another finger. I was like, that's amazing. I really want another finger.
Ah,
And it was for me like the refrigerator. When you open the refrigerator, want to see when does the light turn off.
mm-hmm.
And for the microwave, like when I turn it on, I was like, I want to see how it works from the inside. So I would open
Ah,
it and it would stop working.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
fuck, it was too fast.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This thing. And what I disliked about it is that it came with rules. Like you cannot put, I think, what was it, plastic or foil inside of it,
Uh, Spoons. This was the biggest rule for me. Metal
or
spoons.
metal inside of it.
Metal spoons. Yeah.
I was like, man, this is too much rule, too much rules, too much rules.
No, you want to know what I hate about microwaves is I'm not sure how common it is, but some people have this fucking. So you put the plate, and they have like this fucking plastic thingy that you put over the plate. I
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
this
yeah.
fucking shit.
I was like, man, listen, you hate it. It was for me, when I learned about this plastic thing, and I'm
Uh-huh.
not joking,
Mm-hmm.
when I was in Russia, I
Uh,
was like, wait, what does this do? Don't you put food inside of it? And one of my friends, man, amazing, amazing girl. She was like, wow, you're
mm,
really not joking. I was like, no, like, do you put food in? She's like, no, you close it. I was like, but why? She was like, wow, listen, how much did you get in physics? I was like, I got like, in physics, I had a high mark, like a B plus, you know? She's
uh-huh.
like, wow, how much did you buy the exam? I was like, that's none of your business, shut up. But I was like, so much, yeah, sorry for interrupting you.
But honestly, man, I hate this thing. It's so annoying.
Oh man, it's I know this is again, this is first world problems, yeah.
Yeah, we are in the first world, people.
Then and
Yeah.
then and then I learned about the toast thing, the thing that like you put
No,
bread in toast. That one I didn't see until like only in movies I
I've
saw.
saw it in movies, and I never had one to this
You
day.
know? Oh man, I hate it because so in movies when the toast comes up, it comes up. It's like very nice, it's like good. But when I used to make it, it would get stuck inside, and I would burn my fingers. Like I think I burned a few of my like fingertips just
Oh,
trying to get the freaking toast. It was like, how
uh,
do they do it in movies?
you,
How?
you've seen this toaster? Like, there's this like super expensive toaster. It has like a fucking touch screen, and you select how much your toast wants, like how toasted your toast should be. Like, it goes from like barely toasted to like black,
Holy shit,
and it has like all the fucking it's like a fucking color wheel of just white and black.
man! That's too much. That's too much technology for me. If it tells you nice things, I cannot.
It's like I think it was like $800 or something, some shit like that. I'm like, what kind of person has $800 for like a toaster? It's like,
Well, the kind of person who has a microwave
uh,
that talks to him. Your food
I
ready.
I hate, and I also hate, you know, man, I'm talking about what I hate today a lot. Sorry, people.
Fine, it's fine.
This is not a positive episode. I remember telling you this one time because I was trying to make a joke about it. Refrigerators with a fucking screen with YouTube. What the fuck? I know like as soon as I saw it, there's like this guy who's gonna be playing Doom on it really soon. Like
Oh man, yeah. I'm like he'll be opening the door,
yeah,
to
yeah,
shoot.
yeah. Oh man, I actually I really like the fact like you can play Doom on anything basically. Like it's such a light game. Like people playing it
Man,
on calculators and shit.
you know that Doom, that game, the Pixel one,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that used to be a nightmare for me. I used to be very afraid of it
Oh, why? I never
because
played the game, so
oh man, like the first, I think it's either Doom 1. No, Doom 2 was like move and shoot everything.
mm-hmm,
In Doom 1, so you don't have that many bullets, yeah.
mm-hmm,
And there was atmosphere there. The atmosphere was like Resident Evil. It was
mm-hmm.
scary, And plus the demons that were there, I remember like that those pixelated bastards. They made me afraid of cats, man.
Oh, are there
Oh,
like cat type enemies?
the
Uh,
pink demons. They're called, I think we call them the pink demons. I forgot what their name in the game, but they were like pink demons.
mm-hmm.
They look like cats.
Okay.
You know? That freaked me out. And now when you like look at the recent Doom games, they're so man just mind blowing.
Mm,
And that's something I've been like not researching, just like looking in a lot is like game development. It's
mm-hmm,
such an interesting thing. Like how's the ideas like how do they the ideas from its inception to its application to the coding to how they expect it to come out to then delays of the game itself to then like they have a game and then a different game comes out at the end.
oh man, you're describing one game I'm waiting for.
What? Which game?
It's super niche. You probably never heard of it. It's just like this anime football game. It's called like Inazuma 11. So
You mean though? Well, in Arabic it's Captain Majid, no?
no, 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 no. That's
Ah,
Captain Tsubasa or some shit.
Tsubasa. Yeah,
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 or
yeah.
something like that. But no, this is maybe I can send you the link. But like this game to be okay, so this game it was supposed to be a completely different game. Was supposed to come out 2020, I believe,
Okay.
or even 2019. Gets canceled. They're like, oh, like this game, we decided to rebuild the game 2022. Okay, 2022, 2023, 2023, 2024. In
Development hell.
2024, they released the demo. Okay, we have hope. 2024, June 2025. So now I'm waiting for it. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's yeah. The games that are stuck in development hell. Yeah, there were a lot of like supposed games that like should have come out, but
Mm.
they couldn't. Like one, why did that spark my interest was a game called Suicide Squad.
The
Kill
the
the Justice
Justice.
League.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's bad. I heard.
Oh yes, yes. And why it's bad? Like when you play it.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to make what's called a looter shooter, which is game that you repeat missions, you get loot from it, and then like you advance in the game. When it first was announced, people uh, because I think the developers of that game were the same people who developed the Batman Arkham games,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight, and Batman. I think Arkham Origins.
Mm-hmm.
And so people thought that that was what was going to be the game,
Mm-hmm.
but then it turned out it's like a shooter. But when you look at it, it's like it seems that someone came and said, "Okay, we want to make." this game a looter shooter, and people like, but this is like uh, we cannot make it like this. Like it won't appeal to an audience.
Mm-hmm.
We're forced to do it, you
Uh-huh.
know. It came out as you said. Now it was a bad game that even the I think the in their yearly report they said that it did not meet at all the sales expectation. It was a big failure. Yeah.
You want to know what, speaking of DC and failure,
Uh-huh.
Joker 2.
Oh my God, the musical.
Yeah, oof. I heard like it's either Scorsese or T Tarantino. I think Scorsese said it's like a good movie and he liked it.
Well, there's also like Hideo Kojima, the guy from the Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
He said that this movie will be remembered a few years later,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, okay, director.
But you wanna here's and I have this is a hot take. And I'm gonna after my hot take, I'll ask you for a hot take of
Yeah.
yours. My hot take is this. As much as some of those movies are good, I think superhero movies shouldn't be a live adaptation. No
Oh,
matter how good like I love the all the Spider-Man movies, even the shit like I'm a big Spider-Man fan and I love all the Spider-Man movies. I love like the
Sam
arc
Raimi ones, you mean?
yeah, Sam Raimi's. I like the shitty Amazing Spider-Man ones, the newest ones. I like the what's it called? Uh the Batman Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the what's they're called like the Night
The Dark
trilogy.
Knight, the Batman. No, I forgot. It wasn't called Batman.
It's called
No, it was called
uh
Batman something, and then
Dark
Batman, the
Knight.
Dark Knight, and then the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, yeah, I forgot what it's called, but like
Which
this
could be a
trilogy.
metaphor, which could be said things you can say about your penis, but okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I heard this good Batman joke recently, which is what's the difference between a Batman and a black person?
What?
Batman can go at night without Robin.
Very
It's
good fun. Very good
yeah,
fun.
it's a good joke. But yeah, but as
Yeah.
much as I like all those movies and I think they're good, I think compared to the comics and compared to the TV shows, they're shit.
I kind of agree in a way that sometimes the adaptation when it comes out, it's bad. Like if you watched the Black Panther Wakanda Forever,
This the
so
newest one.
yeah. So
I didn't
the
watch.
the villain, I think he was I forgot what was his name. So in the comics, he has wings on his legs, like small flutter,
Mhm.
but it's in the comics. But when that was made in live adaptation, they look so out of place and like so funny that you cannot take him seriously.
Uh-huh.
The small wings just fluttering.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Like yeah, I think it's a problem when they make the live adaptation. Plus, in the live adaptations, a lot of them, like right now, because they saw how the Marvel movies came out, the idea of a 10-year saga, blah blah blah, and all
Yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah.
and now everybody tries to do it, and that's why a lot of the movies fail.
Yeah, yeah. Like like even the minions kind of made fun of it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But like here's and I didn't really like the movie. I think it's respected. I actually I don't know. I think it but like this the new Batman movie with what's the vampire guy from Twilight.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, the Batman,
Yeah, the
the
Batman.
Patterson. Yeah.
There's one quote I heard about it which I actually liked and which said like the superhero movies shouldn't be its own genre. It should be a genre like a detective with superheroes in it or like with the characters of the
Oh yeah.
comics being in it.
You know what you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
You watched the Penguin.
I want to check it out. Yeah.
Check it out. It's like 8 episodes. Don't check out who the. I always tell
I,
this to people. If you don't know anything about the Penguin,
uh-huh.
don't check out who the actors are.
I know like the main character is Sopranos guy.
I will not
Oh,
because you
maybe
haven't watched
I
it.
mistake. Okay.
After you watch it, Yeah, because no, it's not that it's the Sopranos goes. It's very similar to the Sopranos. Like when you watch it, it reminds you of the Sopranos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. And when watching it, don't check out who the actors are. After you watch all, like maybe the first episode, yeah, check out who the actors are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You will be amazed. It's amazing acting, amazing story, and they did what you were talking about. When
Yeah.
if I told you to watch it and I didn't tell you it's related to superhero stuff, like the comics, you would
Yeah.
never know that it's related to that. And
But
they
like
did a very good job with this.
even like the Batman, it was like this murder mystery type of
Yes,
movie.
yes.
I didn't personally like the movie. I think it was too long for my taste, but
Uh-huh.
I think it was a good like better than like big explosion, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know.
About what you said about like this, the Joker, the second one, is that because when the first one came out, it was like received with both
Yeah.
criticism, critical acclaim, because like the acting, the story itself, and all of this. So the director, I forgot his name. I forgot the name of the director. Write it in the comments. Um,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe we will write it in the comments because we are not the only people who watch this. Maybe. That the director was so how do you call it? He was struck by it, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't like how people reacted to it.
Mm-hmm.
uh, so that's why he made the second musical, which is not it's not true because I think some of the actors like said no, like, or he himself, whatever, it was like supposed to be a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing I just like when you watch it, you will know. One thing I like about it is like Lady Gaga is in it, and I like the thought that it had to be a musical because in Lady Gaga's contract they were like she has to sing 4 songs.
You wanna know? And here's the thing. I actually didn't understand it in the movie. Like after he says he does like this whole big thingy, and they take him back to the prison, and like
Yeah.
the guards like they drag him into the bathroom,
Uh-huh.
and they wash the makeup, and I'm like, did the guards just like rape him? And I'm like, I was like, I didn't understand. For me, it wasn't clear.
No, but that's what they do in prison. They wash all of you. Not that I experienced that, like washing, I mean.
Yeah, but
Like,
like and
yeah.
I decided to go on Reddit and read about it, and like I saw this funny comment, which was, "I don't want to believe that they raped the Joker out of it." Which is like,
Yeah, like when you watch it, you see that it looks like it was just like a big FU to the first movie.
yeah,
That's what it seems like. That it was just a big, because even at the ending,
mm-hmm.
like no spoiling this, although like I think everybody watching, everybody now knows how what it ends.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like at the ending, it was like, what the fuck is this? My friend loves it, and my friend, like, I trust his taste in movies, and when
Oh,
he told me he loves it, I was like, something happened to you, man. What
mm,
happened? You know? Uh, and it's not that he loved it. He just he liked it a lot. And like the ending for me was so abrupt. Like, wait,
mm,
you didn't set up anything for this, you
mm.
know? And now you mess up the time. But I get that. I think they just made this and they said, fuck it. You
Yeah,
know?
but I want to say it's a cash grab, but I don't think it is a cash grab.
Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was,
Uh,
some people say it was a big FU from the director to the
mm.
audience, of course, but this is kind of like
The
the
fan theories, yeah,
exaggeration. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is
yeah,
just
yeah.
that, like the exaggeration of people who want to justify whatever. But again, you have a vision of a director. Like if we take Scorsese, he's known for the gangster movies, and
Mhm.
the movie that he made, what, The Irishman, that was a 3 hour movie that everybody slept in the first 15 minutes. And there's not a person I know who watched it and didn't say that I slept in the first 10 minutes.
Mm. I'm not familiar with this movie, to be honest. Yeah.
It's about, like, it's a real, supposed to be a real life story of one guy who was like, he was against the unions, I think, Jimmy
Hmm.
Hoffa. But yeah, like, you're like, meh, like
Okay.
it was weak. let's say, compared to like if you say The Departed or Casino, it was a very, very weak movie. Also a very weak gangster movie. No?
You wanna know a cool movie I watched? Actually, it's been a while, but I watched it. Pretty sure you know it, but like Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon.
I
Oh
know
man,
it's an old movie, but I'm young, so
man,
yeah, forgive me if you.
you will go into like if you like Dog Day Afternoon,
I liked it.
it's the one with Al Pacino, no?
Oof, I don't know who's the. I'm bad with the actors, to be honest, so I don't know. But Al Pacino's an actor, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Now
I
you just made so many people angry at
I'm
you.
sorry, people. I'm really bad with non-rappers and non-comedians. But no, like yeah, I really like the movie. I'm not sure if it's Al Pacino. Hopefully you're Googling it.
Yeah, I will, yeah.
Uh-huh. Anyways, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, really like this movie, and now I'm like I'm going down this rabbit hole. I want to watch like the God, the God, like it's kind of like like those I like I want to watch good movies, like the
Yeah,
gems, and I'm naming movies that everybody watched. But for me, it's like after like this facade of shitty Marvel movies, like to me,
yeah.
these are actually good movies. So I want to watch like the Godfather and the Taxi Driver is a movie.
But I have to say, if you watch Dog Day Afternoon, you have to be also watch like Taxi
Taxi
Driver.
Driver.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I heard it's a really good movie. Oh no, I can't hear you, man.
I had one joke.
Oh,
There's a scene in the movie where I repeat.
uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, now I can.
Yeah. Like there was one scene in the movie where I do a joke, kind of like acting out what's in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very famous scene. Like yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything about
Okay.
it. And sadly, this joke I really like. If people watch Taxi Driver, the
Mm-hmm.
laugh would be very big because it's totally not expected.
Mm-hmm.
But if nobody watched it, it's utter silence. You know?
I'm actually kind of I hate the kind of jokes. Especially they do it a lot in roasts or like when you're doing a self-deprecating joke, which is like, I look like Shen Xi Jinping or whatever. Like they name like this famous guy that I never heard of. I'm like, I don't get the joke. I
Yeah,
hate I
yeah.
hate
You feel like, wait, did I miss something?
and the problem is everyone knows the guy. And I'm like, okay, who the fuck is Chris Evans or whatever? It's Captain America, yeah, Chris Evans. Oh shit, I can't hear you again, man.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. 1 second.
okay,
1 second. Sorry.
it's
Uh,
fine.
ah,
But anyways,
um,
I wanted to ask you, do you have any hot takes that you want to share with us?
hot takes. Hot takes. This is gonna be a weird hot take, but uh, well, it's a simple one.
Okay,
Stop fucking idolizing leaders.
okay.
Stop making a symbol of leaders. You know, because it pisses me off. Like they make a symbol of someone, they put him on a pedestal, and a lot of people don't see that they do it. Also, I have another hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Anybody who talks about energy, you know, it only this energy only is related to them and not to other people.
What do you mean talk about energy?
So you get. I remember I had like a friend who used to a lot talk about like the energy in the world, and her energy is low, and all of this, and you have energy sucking people, and
Ah, okay.
but that only applies to them. And uh, when let's say you do something that should be in their book sucking your energy, it's not.
Ah, yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a well, I guess like to put it in simpler terms, like hypocrites. I don't know.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
some
It's
words, yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I know the kind of
you know.
I don't know. I only know one person that matches
Oh
your
man,
description, but yeah.
I know so many people who even like here in Jordan. I was surprised about the people who like talk about this here in Jordan.
Mm.
It's such a very funny, especially people who work in stock market.
Oh.
Yeah, like companies and all this. They all like believe. I don't know if they believe in it or they just do it to get paid or to get accounts, you know, business accounts or whatever. But it only applies to them. It does not apply to you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what you do. It does not apply to you. It applies to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And even if at one point in the world, uh, like whatever, when you make a mistake, you're the energy vampire.
Oh
But
yeah.
but you were doing like things in their book that should not be energy sucking. You were like, giving energy or like sharing energy. Let's put
Yeah,
it
yeah,
those.
yeah.
That I really, really dislike. And but when I say it, like I have a few friends here who, when I tell them this, they
Mm-hmm.
get so angry at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, now you're being angry. You're now sucking my energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're the one who sucked our energy with your questions. Like, what the
Oh, yeah.
so annoying. Oh, also about shows. There's a show called Only Murders in the Building.
Okay.
It's
Uh,
such a very fun show. Like, it's for me, it's like an Adam Sandler. It's like an Adam Sandler special. It's just a fun show to watch.
mm-hmm.
It's like a murder mystery, and through the whole show, you keep on trying to guess who might be the murderer
Mm-hmm.
through the whole show. And the most fun thing about it, what I really like about it, because I always like to make this similar to a stand-up show, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or like a good game or a good movie, when
Mm-hmm.
every detail matters,
Uh-huh.
you
Okay.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's say there's a character that just appears, they set up this character, and then this character disappears. You start thinking, oh, it might be this character. How's their connection to the whole thing?
Uh-huh.
And at the end of it, they tie everything, every detail. So like, can you imagine that every frame in the movie or in this series, sorry, every frame actually matters?
Okay, that's good writing then, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing writing. You know, I think there are some like plot holes, let's say, but all it and like there was once when there was a plot hole and they tried to plug it, for lack of a better term, uh, in season two, you
Mm-hmm.
know, or season three. Oh, there's a plot hole in season one. They remember it in season three.
Okay, that's
You know, it's called Only Murders in the Building. I think it's written by Steve Martin.
oh, the comedian.
Yes, yes, yes. He's the main actor. Him and
Ah,
Martin Shore, I think, and Selena Gomez. It's very, very nice. It's
weird cast of
Yes,
people.
exactly. And that's it. It's actually, what's so funny about it? It's
Mm-hmm.
actually, in a way, you could base it on good advice, bad advice, worse advice,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
these three people.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a very fun show to watch. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to read a little bit more about it because there are parts where I think they improvised it,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like to know what exactly did they improvise. Like, have you watched Scrubs?
No, no, no. I'm not a big show watcher guy.
Man, Scrubs, it's an amazing show until season eight, but then like forget this. But there's one thing in the show which I really like. There's a character in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna watch it, I'm not gonna spoil who it is. There's a character in it. They told this character, you don't have any lines. Improvise all your lines,
Okay. And he
you know,
did that, yeah?
and it's everything he says is funny,
Mm-hmm.
and it you kind of think it's written, but in a way, when I read that it was improvised and I rewatched it, I was like, holy shit, this could be improvised,
Do you
you
think
know?
that all actors should be able to improvise?
Um, this is a very interesting question.
Because in my
Yeah,
head, I don't know why all the things. I guess it also depends on the writer, but like I don't understand why it's scripted word for word.
yeah.
Like
I think
in my
yeah.
head, I would like be like, okay, you're playing this like teenage guy right now, yeah. Why don't you? And you want to say you meet your friend. You want to say, oh, how long? Oh, like you haven't seen him in a while. Like, oh, what's going on? You do it, but like you don't like tell him what to say word for word. You just tell him the message that you're trying to convey.
You know for example, like not answering your question, but in a way that there's an actor, what's his name? Denzel Washington.
Oh, I know this guy. Yeah.
You know, yeah, Denzel Washington. In there are some lines in some of his movies. He's the one who improvised them, and
Mm-hmm.
they became the iconic lines of those movies. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, like uh, I don't. Have you watched Training Day?
Which one? Training Day?
Training Training Day, yeah.
No.
Oh, you have to watch it. This is also they put it on your list, man. Fucking
Uh,
hell, man.
okay.
It's
Taxi
one of
Driver, Training Day, Godfather.
them.
Okay. Right. I can't hear you again, man.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah, kind of now. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing which was so good, like in there's one line in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you because you haven't watched it. It was improvised and it became the most iconic line probably ever said in any movie. You
Okay.
know, and even the director I was watching for the director talk about it, and he was like, when he did it, I was just like in awe
Okay.
that. And they thought about cutting it. Then Denzel told him keep it, so he kept it, and it became like this amazing line.
But
But
you
yeah,
can,
so
but you can only
answer.
do that if you're Denzel, kind of
Yeah,
like,
true.
yeah.
Someone with his caliber, yeah. But
Mhm.
answering your question, I would say something like in stand up, yeah. In stand up on your set, you have to memorize your set, yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot like let's say free fall your set until like you're like Denzel in acting, you know, like your experience is this. So
Kinda.
maybe the idea is that if that's true, then what's the point of a director? Well, no, there is a point for a
But
director.
like no, like because the reason why I'm saying asking this is because I've like I see these clips of like bad writing, and it's so like I hate to use this word, but it's so cringe to like listen
Yeah,
to it. And I'm like it's and usually like the cringy part is in my head. I'm thinking, well, it's weird because no teenager would say that.
yeah, yeah.
Or like
That what
no,
like this is not a normal dialogue.
yeah, and I'm like the actors I assume would know how to like play the role. So I just never know, but why they don't do that more.
You know what's so interesting? Because I think some of them are just like they read their script and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. If you ask them to improvise, they um, they break character, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they cannot because also improvisation is a part of you. And in a movie in acting, the character is someone who cannot uh, like it's totally different than their main character, so they cannot improvise on it unless you're Denzel.
Yeah. Oh, but
You
also to
know?
answer your question about like stand up, yes and no, but because like you don't memorize. Well, I don't think you should be memorizing your jokes word for word. I think you should know the punchline. Like, okay, this is the last thing I want to say, and like this is the overall idea of it. And let me just give you like basically that's that's what I try to do. Like not always, but like most of the time, which is I try to like say, okay, this is how I want to start. Like I want to talk about this topic, dating, for example,
Mhm.
and then I have the punchline, and
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, I know how to get to there. Like I'll talk about dating and get to it. But I think if it's like one liners, one
Yeah.
liner, oh hello cat. If it's one-liners, it's harder because one-liners you have to study it word for word. Boy. Oh man.
It's kind of.
Oh, I can't hear you again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a bit sick.
Oh, be well. I think the cat is now like the mascot of the podcast now.
Right?
Okay. Which Charlie Kittler, yeah? Can't hear you. Okay.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Okay.
This is Pants.
Pants. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. She kind of sat on the microphone
Okay, okay.
and she plays with it sometimes. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you say like a comedian should know the general idea and then like get on stage and do.
Yeah, unless you're a one-liner comedian, then you should memorize it. You can, you don't have to, but I think you have to memorize it just so you know like the fastest way to get to the punchline.
Yeah. Well, the thing it's interesting. Like I know, for example, Christopher Titus. I agree with you because what some comedians like the experienced comedians, what they do is when they're touring around, when they're like building their special, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
what they do is they go with an idea and they tell the odd like they tell or already in the show that this is a work in progress,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and they go with that and then they write everything. But it depends. Like Christopher Titus, I remember for one of his shows, it was called Born with a Defect. Um, it's 40 pages. It's an hour and a half. It's 40 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like A4 pages. And he invited Bill Burr to go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And when Bill Burr saw the 40 pages, he's like, "What is this?" And Titus was like, "Oh, this is like my whole thing, the whole show."
The whole hour, yeah.
And
The whole hour.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
the whole 90 minutes. And Bill Burr was like, "Wait, you write your material?"
Mm-hmm.
Because Bill Burr, and he was like, "Wait, you don't?" And Bill Burr was like, "No, I don't write. I just like I have this in my head, and it's kind of like recorded in his head, which is an amazing like memory thing." Like one joke he had about um, Michelle Obama,
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Um, well, I heard that joke years ago, like before he did it in a special.
Yeah.
You know, I heard it before, but it's amazing that. And then in the special, he made it, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like so kind of like part of the special. You know, like I would have never guessed that that's not like. That he already made this joke long ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 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 I
Huh?
understand.
But yeah, like I think it depends because when you're doing your own like 20 minutes or whatever, how much, again, you're in character, and the moment you improvise, you have to improvise in character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna know? I think when you're doing your let's say you're filming a special, that's the moment where you have to be like word for word, like you
yeah,
memorize it.
yes,
But if
yes,
it's just like a show, like maybe even your show or an open mic, I think you can just have the idea. It's not ideal, but like sometimes you can just take liberty with fucking around,
yeah. Like
not
I'll tell
getting
you something.
uh-huh.
I think like now you've been like performing for quite some time, yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you're watching now a special or watching someone perform, you kind of can guess that this joke was improvised and now it's in the special,
Sometimes like
you
yes,
know?
sometimes I feel it's like oh okay, like I know how. Also like I follow like a lot of comedians and I sometimes can see like him the first time doing the joke and then how it's now on the special. So
Yeah.
I really like this the joke progression. I
The
really like
progression. This
yeah.
this is what actually it's very interesting. Like because I hear a lot of comedians who say, for example, but Dave Chappelle did this, and you just think like, but you're not Dave Chappelle. This is you know, and they're like, oh, he did this, but you're like, you're not him. Like he went through this process, and then he became who he was. You know, and now like the audience gives him a bit of leniency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and plus it's like you add that experience with the joke itself, with his character, and then it comes out like the full product.
You wanna like for me it's the he did this joke before and blah blah blah. I think this it's a kind of it depends on like it's different for every joke, I think, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Because like some jokes it's like, oh okay, the idea is similar, uh the angle is kind of similar, but your experience through the joke during the situation is different.
Yeah.
So in a way the joke is different, but sometimes the experience is not different, but the angle is different. So for
Oh
me
yeah.
it's like it's like depends on like it you need to judge it by every joke by itself. It's not like one way or the other.
Yeah, this is why like sometimes when I tell like when in our the workshops or like when I talk to them, I tell them watch how, as you said, how this joke came about or how when he started. It's
Yeah.
much better. It's much better. It much better gives you like how his experience and you can learn from that. Not learn from him after 25 years. You know,
Mm,
like I even heard like some like the advice from comedians, you know, and I think that that advice he wouldn't give it to new comedians, you know,
mm.
like this advice he would give it if when he started performing, for example.
You wanna know? Here's a piece of advice actually I wanna give because it's like I don't think even it's like maybe good advice or something I realized I started doing recently. Because usually for me when a joke bombed, I would just okay, I'll be like, oh, okay, this bombed, next joke. Now for me when a joke bombs, I just continue with it. Like I'll just keep on repeating the idea of like I'm trying to, and like sometimes it's either gonna get them cracking, or at least I might riff and say something
Hmm.
related to it. Like
Yeah.
I was doing this this joke yesterday, yeah, yesterday, yeah. I was like I can't even remember. I remembered the premise, but I don't remember what got them cracking. But it was like the idea was like, do you think that people who masturbate on the subway get post nut clarity? And and like it didn't get like my first punchline was, "Fuck, I should have saved that to the blue line. Like it's not the green line material."
Uh-huh.
But
And
didn't
that's
get
the
the
thing.
laugh, and it
Okay.
just continued with it, and it eventually got a chuckle. And I'm like, okay, like not what I was hoping for, but at least
Wait,
like
what did oh you don't remember what got
I
the
don't
chuckle?
remember, but yeah, I have it recorded. I have to
Oh,
check it.
what to hear what got the chuckle?
But
Like
yeah,
like the idea is that they're not with you at the beginning of the joke, but that you brought them back with the
yeah, but like it's not gonna be. It's sometimes not gonna work, and then you have to. I'm not saying like stick to the joke until it gets a laugh. Like you have to. There's like a point where like, ah, okay, well, they don't want to hear about people masturbating in the metro. Like, okay, let it
uh,
go. It's ironic.
uh,
Anyways,
no,
man, uh,
well,
you think we should have? I think we should have wrap up now or what?
yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, people. This was our episode without the Asians. Finally, we hopefully we're gonna have Abed. We can't hear you, so yeah. Uh, hopefully we're gonna
Yeah,
have more guests soon. We have some cool episodes lined up, so please check us out. This was blowing off steam. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Abid on Instagram as well. Follow me on Instagram. Everything is down in the description. Like, subscribe. a comment. I'll go. We
and
need this
share with
algorithm.
your friends. And if
Oh.
you think it's useful, like share it. If you think it's not useful and it deserves to be flamed, share it and get in
Mm-hmm.
the comments. It's good for engagement. Oh, here's something.
Okay.
Before we wrap up, this is something interesting.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about uh, this idea of reading YouTube comments about yourself?
Ooh. Okay, Abed, I'm not sure if you realize this. We don't have the most active fan base on YouTube right now. Uh,
Imagine.
but like I read this comment one time which was like, why the fuck did you give Omar the microphone? And I was like, oh, my first hater. And I was kind of like happy in some fucked up way.
Uh-huh.
And I clicked on the profile and it was Nikolai. I'm like, go fuck yourself, you fucking piece of shit. And I'm like, I was so sad.
And it's sad because Nikolai likes your jokes.
Yeah. The fact that I, so for me, hate comments are like, uh, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't like a comment that says, oh, you're ugly. I would rather like a comment say, hey, man, like, this is shit. You should work on this, and that. And I'm like, oh, then like, I'm like, okay, I know where to go from there.
Uh,
Um,
you know why I asked this? Because it's not about me. Like, there's a podcast we used to do with Ivan Yavitz, and I have like two videos on YouTube. And I was reading all the comments.
mhm,
And my thing about it is like, as you said, for me, it was I took this as criticism, as actually constructive criticism. Although on one of the videos, it's horrible, like it was like horrible shit. But the thing is, it didn't affect me like on the inside. But what I'm very interested in is I see how it affects people when they read it and they like get sad from it, you know? Of course, everybody has their own thing, how they receive like this thing. But for me, I always look at it as this is a person on the internet, you know?
uh, again, for me, it's like I'm not like I'm not gonna argue about the guy calling me ugly. Like,
Yeah.
okay, fuck it, man. Like, who cares? But like I wish we lived in a world where like hate comments were like constructive criticism.
You know what I like? There was one guy who made a video about a certain Gulf country, and in the comments, someone like not even a comment, like they sent him an email of like, if you come to this country, blah blah blah, we're gonna do this and that to you. So you
Mm-hmm.
know what he did? He replied back. He was like, I found out I have forwarded this to your embassy in like this country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're getting sued. Congratulations. And the
Nice.
next, and yeah, the guy replied to him was like, I'm sorry. I apologize. Like I didn't mean anything and all that stuff. And I was like thinking that's a very nice thing to do,
Yeah.
you know? Like if you get this, you're like,
Uh-huh.
I will sue you, you know, like or I you know, like I will destroy your life.
You wanna know whose people life should be destroyed? I think they should those kind of commenters first.
Oh, oh man.
I hate
Oh,
those.
oh man. You
Uh,
know what's so funny? I always wanted to write first.
that's I'm sorry. That's actually the reason why I hate them because I was never able to do it.
I always wanted to write first, and then I write it, and then I delete it. And this is a very good. I forgot who gave this advice. They were like, when you have a thought or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, uh, message yourself the thought.
Oh yeah.
You
And read
know,
it.
yes, and read it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, should I post this or should I like type this?
I know
You
one
know,
guy who should use this advice. Shout out Amsterdam. Anyways,
I have
folks.
no idea who you're talking about. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for listening to this. My name is
Yeah.
Abu. Community,
My
Omar
name's
Hotmawi, uh, Blowing Up Steam. Follow us. We have Instagram, we have YouTube, and share with your friends. Let's
yeah.
hear from you. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, everyone. Bye
Bye.
bye.